Williams cleaner for a minute, but it's not. It's a Gallagher. Hey, welcome to another episode of Digging with Seven. You know, maybe it's a coincidence and maybe it's not. I start out at an old house site here, and then I move over to a Civil War camp. But here's the coincidence that I'm talking about. At the old house site, I find a 1891 Indianhead penny, and after I dig it out, I have to go back over to the vehicle and get my reading glasses so I can get a date. And then on the way back, Marc Hoover calls me out of Florida. And so I tell him what I'm doing, and I go ahead and dig and everything, and then don't find too much more at all there, really. And then I move over to the Civil War camp the next day or two, and I'm digging around there, haven't found anything, and get a pretty good signal out in front of a cedar tree, and I dig down about 8 to 10 inches there, and I pull out a Colt 44. Well, just as I roll that out of the hole, phone rings. It's Marc Hoover again, and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm hunting again, just like I was last time, and I just found a Colt 44." So I stop after I get finished talking with Marc Hoover and film the clip about the 44, and actually move that cedar and start hunting around it, and I find all kind of Gallaghers. So thank you, Marc Hoover, for calling me. Please call me again. So here is the Marc Hoover Effect video. Hope you enjoy it. I'm using my little snake coil today, and that hole is about 8 inches deep. And I've already brushed this one off, see if I could get a date. I've got a nice green 1891 Indianhead. Sorry about that, Barb. It's like 3 hunts in a row. I think I found an Indian. I'm not going to show much here, but I am on a spot where the 2nd Kentucky Cavalry Confederate soldiers lined up for a skirmish, and I've got part of a percussion camp here. It's the only thing I found so far. I'll keep looking. I came back to the 44 woods. I wasn't finding anything anywhere else. And I've got a fired 44. See the rifling marks on it there? Sure don't find too many 44s that have been fired up in here, but that one's been fired. A good 58 on the AT Pro is what I'm using today. Trying to work some of these spots that had a lot of iron in them, where I couldn't use GPX. This is not a great find, but it is a part of a brass Gallagher case, and it came out of that hole right there. I'll get it to focus. I'm finding fewer and fewer of these, so they are an important part of history. Civil War cavalry soldier shot a Gallagher with that. Right up under this cedar right here. Now that hole right there, I've got part of a brass spoon or fork handle. I believe that's brass. I don't believe it's pewter. It's too heavy to be pewter. That's a good find off the Civil War camp here. I'm still working down this old fallen cedar, and right there to the left of my coil I found that part of a spoon or fork. And right here I've got a Gallagher. That's a great find today. I needed a bullet.
The Gallagher carbine was an American black powder breech-loading rifle produced in the American Civil War. The weapon was designed by Mahlon J. Gallagher, who licensed the design to Richardson and Overman of Philadelphia for production. On August the 31st, 1861, the first weapons were sold to the Army. The Gallagher was loaded from the rear with brass cases, which contained a .50 caliber projectile and the propellant. Covered by a disc made of greased felt, the projectile was inserted in the barrel after it was tilted up by a lever, followed by the case, and was ignited by a percussion cap, which was placed on the bolt face. The brass cases had a paper patch in the base to prevent the powder seepage and still allowed the cap to fire the round. The carbine had a 22-inch barrel and was designed for horse soldiers. The Gallagher carbine was a well-made firearm which worked well, with one exception. The Gallagher was not popular with soldiers because the carbine did not have an extractor ejector mechanism, requiring the shooter to remove the cartridge manually. Although this was typically done with a knife, it did significantly slow the rate of fire of the Gallagher, and it made it less preferable for cavalry to use, as reloading on horseback was difficult enough as it was, without the need to remove a hot cartridge as well. The hot brass cartridge would swell and lodge in tight in the breech, making the process of extracting a spent cartridge even more difficult. A total of 17,782 Gallaghers were sold to the U.S. Army. The 9th Pennsylvania Cavalry occupied this camp in 1862 and would have used these Gallaghers, we find.
I was out hunting the other day, got a call from Marc Hoover, found a 1890 Indianhead. I'm up here in the 44 woods and you can see them all behind me right here. And I've got a good smooth signal here with the GPX, and dug this hole out, got my pin pointer down. I don't know, it was probably 10 inches deep, looks like. But check out what I got right here, and then understand, I just got off the phone with Marc Hoover. He called me again, and same thing the other day. I hadn't filmed the 1890 Indianhead until I talked to him, so I haven't filmed this either. So check out what's in this hole right here. You won't believe it. Again, I'm up under a cedar tree right here, and it was just on the side. Deep hole right there. You can see my Predator shovel is just about buried right there. Oh yeah, you'll believe what it is. It's a Colt 44. So I got a Gallagher, I got a Gallagher case, I got a Colt 44, and I got a spoon handle. So it's a good day. I was only coming for one relic, and I've got 4, but I'm not leaving yet. I moved this cedar, and I'm hunting up under it, and that is going to be a Gallagher right there. I thought that was a Williams cleaner for a minute, but it's not. It's a Gallagher. Been a nice little spot right here, I tell you. Even the crows are happy. That hole there's pretty deep, probably about 8 inches, and I've got another Gallagher. Thank you, Marc Hoover, for calling me. Got me to stop in this one spot right here and hunt a little bit. Got the crows all happy. I'm happy. Thanks for joining us this week on Digging with Seven. I want to remind you that Tennessee Jeff and I have a podcast every Thursday night. It's called Relics Radio. It's on Spreaker.com at 8 o'clock Eastern every Thursday. And if you've ever listened to any of our programs, you know we always have a good time and we always have a great guest. So come and join us on Relics Radio on Spreaker.com. And if you have a Relics Radio t-shirt from DetectTees.com, then take a picture of yourself with that shirt, come over to the Relics Radio Facebook group page, post that picture. We'll give you a number. Sometime in November we're going to draw, and some lucky winner is going to win a Garrett Pro Pointer AT, and I think Ken and Mark Guthrie from DetectTees.com is going to throw in a Relics Radio hoodie to boot. Now that's a good prize right there. And if that's not enough, we have collaborated with Murray Branch Outdoors and Tim Henderson, and we're giving away a Mind Lab Go Find 44. Go to the Digging with Seven YouTube page, find the Christmas giveaway video, go in there and just comment Go Find. we'll give you a number. Then December the 13th, we're going to draw, and some lucky winner is going to win a Mind Lab Go Find 44 for Christmas. So check out all of our giveaways, check out all of our videos, check us out on Relics Radio, and we'll see you Tuesday on YouTube, and we'll see you Thursday on Relics Radio.